Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new Adidas FreeFootball CrazyQuick turf shoes in the black and yellow colorway. Now inside the box, all you get are the shoes themselves. They do not come with any extras. So let me get these out of the box really quickly, and we'll take a closer look at this very interesting shoe from Adidas that has really flown in under the radar. Now the CrazyQuick is only available in a turf variation, which is what I have right here. Two colorways at launch, black and yellow, as well as a white base color. If you want to see the alternate colorway variation, check out the review page on my website. It's the first link down below in the description. And you get all of this for a retail price of $80 US. And considering this is a top-end model with top-end quality, that honestly is a pretty reasonable price if you ask me. Now this shoe's claim to fame is the Zero Tex upper that it incorporates. Now Zero Tex is the same branded synthetic that we saw first introduced on the 99 gram Adizero concept that was shown off, I want to say almost 2 years ago now. Now, of course, the Zero Tex upper on this shoe is significantly different than what we saw on the 99 gram Adizero, but that was the shoe people were intrigued with. This is equally as intriguing, not only because it has that Zero Tex branding, but also, as you guys can see, it definitely has a very Nike Skin-esque appearance about it, not only in terms of its finish, but also in terms of the honeycomb-like texturing. We're going to talk about that in today's video, kind of do a general overview, how they fit, how they feel, of course talk about the tech specs, talk about the Zero Tex upper on this shoe. If any of that sounds interesting, please stick around, and with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's talk about the colorway and the visual styling of the new CrazyQuick. Now, as you guys can see, Adidas kept things very, very simple with this particular shoe. The upper is very plain Jane. It doesn't even have the 3 stripes branding from Adidas anywhere on the shoe, which is somewhat unusual for them, but I actually like the little change that they've done here. The upper is pretty much all black in color, mostly with a matte finish, but you can see that there is a bit of a shiny accent here on both the lateral and medial side, mainly here at the bottom 2 laces. You can see the rear portion of the shoe does have some exposed mesh that is also black in color. Black tongue, of course, and then you're going to find an accent color of like an olive green in the laces, your Adidas branding on the tongue, the CrazyQuick branding on the tongue, as well as the Adidas branding on the back, which is a nice little color. It contrasts well with the black on the upper. The laces themselves are, like I said, that olive green color, and the little silver stripes that you see there are actually reflective 3M material, so very nice laces, and it's cool to have that little bit of reflective sensation from the shoe, just depending on how the light hits it. Of course, the heel liner, as you guys can see, is bright yellow along with the insole. And then moving on to the base of the shoe, you can see you have a split design right there down the middle. Half of it is yellow and the other half is black. A nice contrast of color, and it just looks the part in general. Really happy with how these look. It's very simple, which I'm personally a big fan of. They kind of just wanted the Zero Tex upper to really kind of be the standout feature, and I think it is in terms of the visuals of the shoe. But leave your opinions on it down below in the comment section. Do you like how these look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about how these things actually perform. As far as performance is concerned, like I mentioned earlier, one of the main reasons why you would buy the Adidas CrazyQuick is to try out this Zero Tex upper, not only because it's the same branded synthetic material that was featured on the 99 gram concept Adizero, which is a very intriguing shoe, but also because it has a very similar visual appearance to that of Nike Skin found on the Hypervenom Phantom, or to compare it to other indoor and turf models from Nike, of course we'd be talking about the inline Elastico Finale 3. Now whenever Nike and Adidas come out with something that is similar to each other, everybody likes to kind of accuse the other company of copying, and in this particular situation, I'm really going to defend Adidas in saying they have not copied Nike here. And I'm going to explain why in just a second. Yes, the construction is similar. It's a mesh-based synthetic, and then of course you have the fused-on plastic layer on top. So in terms of the construction process, yes, it is very similar to Nike Skin, but I think that is where synthetics are headed anyways. They're mesh-based synthetics with a fused plastic layer on top. It is the lightest way of doing things. It creates for a very thin, flexible, soft, comfortable upper. It allows them to control where the support is going to be. It allows them to control the thickness of the upper. It allows them to pretty much engineer the upper completely. So with that said, yes, it is similar to Nike Skin. It feels just as good if you ask me, but it is not a copy. I just don't like that word in general. These shoes are planned years and years in advance. You guys saw Zero Tex was first introduced 2 years ago on a concept shoe that nobody actually got to wear, where this time around with the CrazyQuick, they're finally bringing Zero Tex to the public for the very first time. And like I said, I've been very, very impressed with how it feels. It's thin, it's soft, it's flexible. It really really requires no break-in time at all. And if you're looking for that barefoot feel, you're definitely going to get it from this particular upper. It's consistent across the entire shoe. There's really no overlapping material. There's no stitching, as you guys can see. And again, it's just a really, really nice feel from the shoe. As far as the construction process is concerned, I removed the laces on this one so you guys can see the inside. It is a base layer of mesh, but as you guys can see, the mesh itself is much more kind of tightly knit than what you're going to find on the base layer for Nike Skin, where it's a lot more open. This is, like I said, a lot more dense and a lot kind of tighter as far as that base layer is concerned. And then of course you have the fuse layer on top, which just feels really, really good. It does have a matte finish, so there's no extra grip on the ball whatsoever, which I personally don't mind. You can see that they threw in the extra layer or layers here going around the forefoot and toe box area just for enhanced durability, especially if you're going to be using these on turf or artificial grass, which is what they are designed for. You do have a central lacing system. The tongue itself is not made from the same Zero-Tex material. Instead, it's made from this kind of synthetic, almost felt-like material, and I have no problems with it. It's very comfortable. It doesn't impact your touch on the ball. It's just as thin as the rest of the upper. If I had one complaint though, it's that it lacks any kind of structure. So when you're putting the shoes on, it kind of bunches up on you, which I'm not personally a big fan of. But nonetheless, in terms of feel, and once you've got them on properly and you just take your time tying the laces, everything fits and feels really, really good as far as the upper goes. Now, of course, the Zero-Tex upper spans from right about here to right about here, and then covers the entire front portion of the shoe. So you're covered as far as touch is concerned across the entire, like I said, front half of the shoe, whereas the rear portion is mostly exposed mesh. You do have an internal plastic heel counter there, which is nice, has that nice solid feel on feet. It does actually have a higher cut, almost similar to something like the Predator or the Nitro Charge, which I personally really like, has that nice locked-in feel. The heel liner material is a really, really nice synthetic suede, so again, very comfortable, and it does a good job of gripping your sock. The insole, unfortunately, is non-removable. It's glued in there. If you really wanted to, you could pull it out, but I wouldn't say that it's entirely necessary. But again, for the $80 price tag, I would have liked to have seen a removable insole, but at the end of the day, not necessarily a deal breaker in my opinion. You can see that you do have somewhat of a foam midsole here, so there is some underfoot cushioning. This top layer that does have the texturing is actually a foam, and then of course the bottom of the shoe features their new turf layout, which is designed for use on turf or artificial grass or any type of artificial playing surface, I guess is the best way of putting it. Now, you can see that the actual little nubs that come off of here are rounded, which is a little bit unusual looking. They have touted this as being one of the best turf patterns that they've ever put out, in that it's not completely level. There are different levels of actual studs themselves. So you can see here mainly in the yellow, some of them are a little bit taller than others, and they are claiming this as a feature. To me, that's a little bit of a stretch. As far as performance is concerned, I found it to feel and perform traction-wise in comparison to anything else out there, just about the same. Turf sole plates in general, just to me, all feel very, very similar to each other. None really jump out as being better than the rest. And again, if you're looking for decent traction on any kind of artificial grass playing surface, you're definitely going to get it here from the CrazyQuick. So again, nice durable material, very thick rubber, so it's not going to wear out on you or anything like that. And again, it just has a nice construction overall. It's different from anything else we've ever seen from Adidas, which is definitely a good thing. I like to see them changing up what they're doing and introducing new technologies and new materials, which is exactly what they've done here. I'm just surprised that they were able to introduce all of these new things in such a seamless and really good shoe overall. There's nothing here that feels like a mistake or feels like it should be changed. Everything just feels right. And for the $80 price tag, it's really hard to argue why you wouldn't pick this up if you're looking for something that is going to offer a thin feel for the ball with this Zero-Tex synthetic. And again, it really is a nice competitor to the Elastico Finale 3, if you ask me. In terms of weight, while the CrazyQuick name would imply that this shoe is lighter than most, that isn't actually the case, which we're going to see today in real time. Now keep in mind, this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. We'll throw them on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 11 ounces. So it certainly is not a lightweight shoe, and in comparison to something like the Nike Elastico Finale 3, it just isn't going to have that ultra lightweight feel on your feet. They are what a lot of people would consider to be heavy, not necessarily above average as far as weight is concerned for most turf shoes, but certainly a lot heavier than what you're going to find for most models in this particular price range, especially if you're comparing it to other models from Adidas as well as Nike. For me personally, I don't mind that. I like that you do get that foam cushioning throughout the entire shoe, both in the forefoot as well as in the heel. I just like the more solid feel that it has in general. And as far as durability is concerned, the more weight, the beefier construction just makes for better durability in the long run. So if weight isn't a huge important thing for you, it isn't for me, then this is definitely a shoe that you should consider. But again, if you're looking for something that is a little bit lighter, then maybe the Elastico Finale 3 would be a better option if you're looking for something that's going to provide a similar feel as far as touch is concerned. All right, here's a look at the Adidas CrazyQuicks on feet. And from right out of the box, these things fit really, really well. I'm extremely happy with how they feel. The upper wraps your foot really, really nicely. There's no extra space on the inside of the shoe. The Zero Tex upper on this particular shoe is soft, it's flexible, it moves naturally with your foot, requires pretty much no break-in time whatsoever. They're just really, really comfortable from right out of the box. And as far as thin synthetics go, this is one of the nicest ones Adidas has ever put out. Really, really happy with it. And again, it definitely does feel nice and comfortable on your feet. As far as the fit of the shoe is concerned, it is going to be suitable for most foot types. It's not exceptionally wide, but it's not narrow either. So like I said, it will fit most people. If you generally don't struggle with the width of your soccer shoes, you're not going to have any issues here. And unless you find that you absolutely have to have a leather shoe in order to accommodate for the width of your feet, these should fit you again just fine. They're going to be suitable for most people. Also keep in mind that the Zero Tex upper, similar to Nike Skin, will give a little bit after some break-in time. Not quite as much as Nike Skin in terms of stretching, just because the actual base layer of mesh seems to be a little bit more heavily reinforced on this shoe versus most Nike Skin models. But again, you will get some stretch in comparison to how they fit from brand new out of the box. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size for the best possible fit. And just one last thing to touch on the weight of the shoe. Yes, it's 11 ounces versus 6, 7, 8 ounces that you're going to find from a lot of indoor and turf models from Nike and Adidas right now. But you are getting a full-on foam cushioned midsole, a really heavy-duty turf bottom. The durability and just build quality of the shoe is definitely there. And you're also getting a lot of underfoot cushioning that you're not going to find from a lot of indoor and turf models right now. So you're not necessarily having extra weight on your feet for the sake of extra weight. The build quality is a little bit better, and also you're getting a lot more kind of a comfort elements on this shoe for that extra weight. At the end of the day, it's a matter of preference whether something like the CrazyQuick with that little bit of extra comfort and weight to it is better for you over something like a Nike Elastico Finale 3, which is much more low profile. But again, for me personally, I don't mind the extra weight, and in fact, I actually prefer the extra weight if it means the shoe is going to fit me better and be more comfortable in the long run. All right, guys, this is it for my review of the Adidas FreeFootball CrazyQuick turf shoes. Really, really happy with this release. I think that the $80 price tag is more than reasonable. In fact, I would say that this is even a good value at full retail price, but of course you can pick them up for less on the review page of my website, link down below in the description. The Zero Tex upper is really, really impressive and definitely very similar to Nike Skin, not necessarily a direct copy, but certainly similar. Provides a thin barefoot feel for the ball. It's soft, it's flexible, the shoe fits very, very well. It has a really good turf bottom, you get nice underfoot cushioning, and just a solid build altogether. It's a shoe that feels like it's going to last a very long time, and just based on the testing I've gotten out of it, it has held up extremely well. So again, definitely a shoe that I can strongly recommend if you're curious about Zero Tex in any way. Definitely take a strong look at the CrazyQuick. It's also a great alternative to the Elastico Finale 3 if you're looking for something with more underfoot cushioning and just a more solid feel overall. Perhaps you're not a fan of the one-piece upper. Again, great alternative. If I had one complaint, it's that I wish they would have made an indoor version as well. As of right now, it's only available in turf. Not sure if that will change in the future. But again, that pretty much sums up the FreeFootball CrazyQuick. Really happy with them and just a great release from Adidas overall. Again, if you guys want more information on the shoe, check out the review page on my website. You'll find the high quality images of this shoe that'll give you a better idea as to how they actually do look in person. They're pictures that I took myself. And of course, you'll find buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you can actually pick these up below their $80 retail price. And that link is down below in the description. Go ahead and check it out. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those down below in the comment section, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. That'd be greatly appreciated as well. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information down below in the description. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.